Today I bring you the Toyota AE86, a name that, for many, sounds almost like a secret password among Japanese car enthusiasts. But for those who truly know it, those 4 letters and 2 numbers represent something deeper, the very soul of JDM automotive culture. At first glance, the AE86, also known as Hachiroku, which in Japanese means 86, doesn't seem like anything special. A small coupe with simple lines and a typical early 80s design. But behind that modest appearance hides a legend. This car was produced between 1983 and 1987 as part of the 5th generation of the Toyota Corolla. At a time when almost every Japanese manufacturer was abandoning rear-wheel drive, Toyota decided to go against the trend. And that decision changed everything. While most Corollas switched to front-wheel drive, the AE86 kept the FR layout, front engine, rear-wheel drive. That was the key. With a weight of less than 950 kilograms, near-perfect balance, and agile handling, it became a car tailor-made for drivers who love to feel the road. Before we go on, if you enjoy this kind of content, please hit the like button and subscribe. That really motivates me to keep creating more videos like this. Under the hood lived an engine that would earn its place in history, the 4AGE, a 1.6-liter inline-4 with dual overhead cams and 16 valves. This engine, developed in collaboration with Yamaha, featured a cylinder head designed by them, giving it excellent breathing and the ability to rev up to 7,600 RPM. 128 horsepower might not sound like much today, but when you combine that with such a lightweight body and instant throttle response, the result is pure driving fun. It was an engine that begged to be pushed, that tempted you to shift right before the red line. And together with a precise manual gearbox and an optional limited slip differential, the AE86 became a corner carving machine. There were 2 main versions, the Levin with fixed headlights and the Trueno with the iconic pop-up lights. Both shared the same mechanical base, but the Trueno took all the glory, thanks to pop culture. If there's one thing that turned the AE86 into a global legend, it was Initial D, the iconic manga and anime that told the story of Takumi Fujiwara, a young tofu delivery driver who unknowingly becomes a drifting legend, racing down Mount Akina without spilling a single drop of tofu. And his car, the silent protagonist, was a black and white Trueno AE86. That series didn't just mark a generation, it forever changed the perception of this car. From being just another Corolla, it became the ultimate drift car. Takumi driving down the mountain at dawn, the sound of his engine screaming at 7,000 RPM, tires sliding just inches from the edge. That became an iconic image of Japanese car culture. But beyond anime, the AE86 also played a huge role in real life. The legendary Keiichi Tsuchiya, known as the Drift King, popularized the drifting technique in Japan, and he did it with an AE86. His skill with the car, combined with his charisma, made him a reference for an entire generation of drivers and fans. Thanks to him and to Initial D, the AE86 came to represent the pure essence of Japanese drifting. Lightweight, balanced, naturally aspirated cars. No excessive power, no all-wheel drive. Just hands, balance, and precision. Technically, it featured a solid rear axle with coil springs, but it was so well-tuned that it offered an incredible sense of control and balance. The chassis responded instantly, and the car seemed to turn with your thoughts. It was a car that rewarded skill. And that's exactly why it's still so beloved today. It doesn't forgive mistakes, but if you know what you're doing, it makes you feel like a true driver. Over the years, it has earned an almost sacred status. Many collectors consider it the ultimate classic JDM, and its market value has skyrocketed. In Japan, the US, or Europe, a well-preserved unit can easily exceed $30,000 or even $40,000. And fully restored or Initial D-style replicas can go for even more. It has also been the base for countless modifications and engine swaps, from turbocharged 4 AGES to 3 SGE-BEAMS engines, or even rotary conversions. But there's also a part of the community that believes it should remain original, keeping its metallic sound and pure character untouched. Interestingly, the AE86's spirit was so strong that Toyota decided to bring it back decades later in the form of the GT86, and later the GR86, modern cars that follow the same philosophy: front engine, rear-wheel drive, lightweight, and driving pleasure over raw power. Even the number 86 was chosen as a tribute to the original. Another lesser-known fact is that the AE86 also had a strong presence in touring car racing. In its time, it competed in Group A and the British Touring Car Championship, achieving remarkable results against cars with bigger engines. Its agility in corners made it a serious threat on twisty tracks. And speaking of design, while it may look simple, there's something very special about its 80s aesthetic. The Trueno's pop-up headlights, the straight sideline, and the two-tone paint make it instantly recognizable. It has aged beautifully because its design doesn't rely on trends. It relies on proportions and personality. In the world of cars, the AE86 represents the purity of driving for pleasure. It's a car that teaches you to be a better driver, that rewards mastery and punishes arrogance. It doesn't need driving aids, screens, or driving modes. Just you, the steering wheel, the manual gearbox, and the open road. Today, more than 40 years after its debut, the AE86 is still a star at drift events, JDM meets, and classic car shows. And what's truly impressive is that, even next to much more powerful and high-tech cars, it still steals the spotlight. Because the AE86 isn't just a car, it's a philosophy, a way of understanding driving. A symbol that passion and technique can beat brute force. Maybe that's why, despite the passage of time, it's still considered the king of Japanese drift. And not only that, it's probably the most influential JDM car in history. So the next time you see one on the street, if you're lucky enough to do so, remember, you're not looking at an old car. You're looking at a living piece of automotive history, an icon that continues to inspire car lovers around the world. And you? Would you keep it completely stock or build it for Drift Initial D style? Do you think any other car has matched the cultural impact of the AE86? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe, because there are many more JDM legends yet to come.